Hey, my Scorpio soul fam. Welcome to Music Magic 1111, and thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into this. I want to say twin flame journey, but we're going to get into your business today. And so, whatever comes up in love comes up in love. I'm not going to say it's specifically for twin flames, but it's definitely for my Scorpios, okay? So, hey. If you guys have ever visited any of my other videos, you know that I always start off with a healing. I always start off with a song. Today is no different. I'm definitely going to start off with a song. This song is from um, it's from your spirit guides. It's really just a song that I felt spirit put on my heart to share with you guys because it's just an indication of what's coming, what you're attracting, okay? Um, My name is Eisha. I'm from Bay Area, California. I am your local healer, muse, workshop facilitator, your local entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, okay? Author, like, she does it all. I say that all the time. I have a hard time describing and introducing myself because I've explained this before. I just don't like to do it. I just like to show up and just do what I do. But I mean, for the sake of the, YouTube etiquette and, just making sure that, people do know who you are. If you want to know more about me as a person, as an author, you can check me out on Facebook. I am on there as Muse and Magic. Also, you can check me out on Instagram, Muse and Magic 1111. You can check me out on Facebook also under my actual name, which is Eisha Coutee, actually pronounced Coutee or Coutee. And that is spelled, no, baby, I'm recording. I've already said that. Okay. And that is spelled Coutee. Okay, for those of you who are unsure, because I know it's a pretty interesting name. So with all that being said, okay, let's just dive right in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you like anything or anything resonates with you that you hear today. But let's get in this. Again, this is for my Scorpios. The song that Divine put on my heart was a new song by Jon B. Now, interestingly enough, everything is a part of the reading. I always say this, leading up to the readings, there's always things that come up and Spirit is like, yep, that, use that, and I just know, okay. I recently went to see Jon B at a place out here in downtown Oakland, and it's a very intimate venue, and I love that venue because no matter where you sit, it's always a great seat. I actually got the chance to see him for the very first time. I've never seen him in person, and great vocalist. Of course, he did all the hits, right? One of the things I noticed, though, about a lot of stars, and when I say that, you know exactly what I mean. I think of the star card. I think of um, the Leo energy, meaning solar plexus, meaning coming much from ego. And you have to have kind of a big ego, to be a star, right? And one of the things I noticed about this performance by Jon B, and I love Jon B, he's like one of the few or only, I don't even know his nationality to be honest, but I do know, I don't, I just see him as being a soul brother, okay? And I'm sure many melanated women feel the same way. Like, they always probably say, man, Jon B could get it, right? He may not be a brother, but he could get it. And I think about that, and it's kind of funny because when you see someone in person, and I'm really great at picking up on people's energy, so it's kind of a blessing and a curse sometimes. So when he performed on stage, I thought it was a good performance. I think he was doing his Jon B thing. He's very used to probably selling out, which he does all the time here. What I felt, though, was very much the ego. Like, I could totally feel that solar plexus, yellow chakra area, or whatever. And while it was a good performance, I didn't feel, unlike when I went to see Music Soul Child or Raheem Devon, like really just connecting with the ladies, connecting with the crowd. And I'm sure many women felt like he did. But I am a different breed. I am an intuitive. I am, child, I'm alien, okay? I'm an ancient soul. So what I felt was that it was a performance. That's it. This is what I do. This is what I come to do. I do this, probably do it mostly the same way every time. And I could be wrong about that, but I just feel like it was just a performance. I come here to do what I do. I'm good at what I do. And bada boom, bada bang. you know, I just didn't feel that very personalized connection. And another performer who's really great at that is Kevin Ross. Such an awesome performer. Doesn't matter if it's a small venue or a big venue, he gives a really, you know, 5 star or 10 star, whatever the hell performance. Every performance seems like it could be BET Awards or, an award show. I just feel like that's just how personable and how connecting he is with his audience and whatever. So funny, maybe, and this is not coming from ego. I always think to myself, God, I wish people like that would just, allow me to muse for them, because I could just see how it could just change their lives. It would just change the whole. Anyway, so I said that to say, when we think about the journey of twin flames, when you think about the journey of, Scorpio particularly, it's almost like, because we are the most intuitive, most spiritually evolved of the zodiac. Okay, that's realistically, if you just study zodiacs and what that even means and what each astrological sign brings and what that means for you and how you show up for it each lifetime. You know, Scorpios are the most intuitive, the most spiritual of the zodiac. Okay, and oftentimes I think there's this thing that happens with us, again, a blessing and a curse. We know too much for our own good sometimes. Like, very easy to pick up on people's energies, people's auras, even if you don't even know that that's what you're doing. It's just a natural thing, a natural knack that you were born with. We don't like people who act. We don't like people who do too much for attention, because we're very much background people. We just shine naturally. We don't have to overdo anything to shine or to stand out. So we typically are, come here probably, sometimes some of us are too far in the polar opposite, where we're trying to self martyrdom sometimes, but just trying to not be seen, like, or trying to, like, I don't, be too humble. um but I said that to say, for your divine masculine, or a lot of the men that come into your life, that's what it feels like. People feel like it's nothing that you do, it's just your natural state. Men show up for you, or women show up for you, who feel like they have to put on, they have to do extra, they have to do something to, you know, vibrate up to your level, to match your level. You know, they feel like they have to. And I say that because over time I've had multiple people tell me that I'm a tall order to fill. Multiple people say they fell back because they just didn't feel like they could give me what I needed, what I was worth. And I'm so thankful for that, because my mom's a Leo, and one of the things that she has always taught us, including my dad, my Pisces father, was to never leave the house looking a mess. Always keep yourself intact. Your self-perception is very important when you walk out the door. You don't, and they come from eras where, especially melanated folk, they had to dress the part, look the part, and look rich and smell rich, because otherwise they were treated, even in doing that, they were still sometimes treated less than. This is the story of black folk. So they were drilled that in us, that you have people treat you how you look, how you smell, how you act. So you have to basically Go out always making sure that you're put together well, that you speak articulately. You know what I mean? You speak well, you act accordingly, and I'm not saying that that's good or bad or indifferent. Right now, and where I am in my life, much more evolved now, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate having had that as the base, because I know how to clean up. I know how to, um, and I still have that instilled in me. When I go out of the house, I don't like looking a mess. And if I am looking a mess, I'm literally to the corner store and back. I'm literally down the street to the little hood grocery store and back. I don't go, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out in the public eye where a lot of people can see me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I typically don't do that unless I'm really well put together. Okay, whatever that means for you. Why does that matter? Because this is a time of shedding the ego and, and really connecting with people. You know what great customer service is? It's connecting with people, recognizing the issues people are having with the system, with the company, with the whatever it is, and learning how to talk them through it, learning how to be compassionate, learning how to be understanding, even if they're angry and like frustrated, learning how to, hey, ma'am, I understand. I'm really sorry that's been your experience. That's not usually the situation. I'm trying to show up to help you the best way possible. And they could still be like, well, I'm fucking angry and you guys piss me off and all of the stuff and you don't give a fuck. I don't know. They could be like that. But great customer service is still the person who can say through all of that, I understand your frustration. It would make me want to curse too. It really would. I get it. Let me try and see how I can best help you so that we can resolve the situation. I really want to help you. That's all people want. Accountability, problem solving skills, you know what I'm saying? And whatever. And so why do I say that? Because I feel like my feminines, that's all you want. You just want accountability. You want the problem solved. You just want people to show up for you, Scorpio, like you show up for them, just in truth and in authenticity. Like, don't fucking piss on me and tell me that it's rain. Right? So, I don't know why. This is just the beginning. I just felt like I had to say all of that. Love Jon B. But I totally feel like if I'm used for him, me personally, okay? But, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be me. But, it would just change the whole way that he shows up for people, even um, in his performance. Like, one, just being opened up and being awakened, period. And that helps you to show up in a totally different way, and I don't want to get too deep because I'm not, you know, I don't want to get too deep because that's not what this is about. But I will say I just know and I see through people. I don't just look at people. I see through people. And I'm going to leave that there. So it was a good performance, but I could see how it could be great because I could just see how he could have connected so much more. And if I didn't feel connected to, I know there were others who may not have. Although there were many who were there who probably didn't need anything extra. They just felt like, baby, through his sunglasses, girl, he was looking at me and everything. People be in their own delusion. So, whatever. So, no shade. It's just the majority of this world are looking through pink, those rose tinted glasses. They're not really seeing the truth or reality. And that's just, again, a blessing and a curse at times. And I'm saying a lot without saying a lot. Okay. This is just one of them type of nights. And I'm not going to get too deep because this is not about me. I just want to stick to what is coming up for Scorpio. Okay. So the song for you tonight happens to be by Jon B. That's why he's on my radar. And it's called Priceless. It's a new song, or the newest song. And the reason why this really just kind of rested on my spirit is because, Scorpio, you have no idea. You have been through hell and high water. I almost feel like I just want to cry for you right now. You have been through so much. You have stood the test of times. You have been tested, tried, and true. You have been through the fire. You have had tower moments after tower moments, and you have survived it all. You have been through the tunnel for lengths of time when it felt like everything was going to crumble down on you, when you couldn't see light at the end, but you kept putting one foot in front of the other and you survived it. You are the phoenix, the personification of the phoenix of death and rebirth. You are the great I am, the closest to divinity. I almost want to say the closest astrological sign to divinity. And I know that's not really a real thing because we are all divinity, okay? But you know what I mean when I say, like, you are the closest thing to the higher vibrational self, even though you come here to still do this work. And please don't think that that's, an egotistical thing. I feel it in my soul and in my solar plexus, okay? You are strong. You are strong. And so this reading is for you because these are messages that you need to hear, things you need to remember and know about yourself, including the fact that someone is coming in for you in love and in relationship. Or it could be the person that's already on your radar that you're already dealing with, and you may have questionable, is this the one or whatever, but someone is coming in for you. Finances are increasing for you. Opportunities are increasing for you, coming in very quickly, I feel. And someone's coming in for you who is going to be there for you, who's going to be your tried and true. They're going to be they're going to show up for you in every way that you could ever dream of, and they're not going to leave you. They're not going to give up on the relationship. They're not going to walk away. They are literally coming to bless you. I don't know why I feel like it's almost like I'm throwing this up out of my spirit because I can't hold it back. Like, I have to say that great things are underway for you, Scorpio, okay? Let's listen to this song, and as you close your eyes and try and get a hold of the lyrics, I am going to do a healing for you, and I'm just going to do something around abundance and blessings for you at this time, okay? Again, this is Jon B. Priceless. Okay, guys, again, that was Jon B with Priceless. I will have that in the description box in case you forget. Um, let's just jump into this reading. I'm just kind of excited to know what's going on. So, okay, apparently I'm going to have to put on my glasses, honey. Okay, so we have letting go. Hmm. There's a song by Samo, and it's probably going to end up being one of the songs I choose for a twin flame reading very soon if I haven't done it already. Samo is Thomas spelled backwards. It's a song that he has called I Let Go, or I Let You Go. And someone needs to listen to those lyrics. Again, it's by Samo, Thomas spelled backwards, I Let You Go, because there's some message in there for you. This is a time of letting go, Scorpio, and I kind of knew that because even coming in today on this message, it just felt like I needed to say everything I said in the introduction, but it's almost like I feel this tears, they're not falling. I almost feel like one last cry, like you've had your last cry, like you've cried enough, you've been through enough, you've hurt enough, you've been deceived enough, you've been, oh, So the thing about it is, this is a time of letting go. Again, this is such a perfect time for such a time as this because we are coming up on the full moon on Saturday. I believe it's full moon in Taurus, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I could be wrong, um, but it's full moon. I'm not looking at my moon app right now, but at any rate, there is a full moon coming up. Full moon is a great time to do clearing rituals, like to let go, to shed things, because as the moon decreases, right, as it wanes, then it's like the more and more, right, the less and less full the moon is, the more and more, the less and less, right, the more and more you end up letting go with whatever you were releasing, the less and less powerful it is, so it actually disintegrates, okay, or disappears just as the full moon disappears a little bit more and more each day or each night. So I feel like this is a period of letting go for you. This is a great time to do a ritual of release. This is a great time to clear and cleanse the body, whether it's with food and fasting and meditation, balancing the chakras, whether it's with a spiritual bath or clearing and cleansing the body. This is a great time to do your yoni steams and your yoni pearls. There's things like that is clearing and cleansing the body. Your beauty rituals, self-care, right? And then we have playfulness with the L's. Scorpio, you've been through so much. It's like you haven't had a whole lot of time to play. First of all, what comes to mind is I ain't playing with people. I just ain't got time to play around. I don't have time to play with people, right? I just feel like that means something to somebody, or you've been saying that a lot. Um, One of the things that I do feel, though, is that you haven't had enough fun. And so this card shows up to tell you and remind you to have, do things that make you laugh and smile and to have fun. Now, here is letting go. Okay? I let go. So even this looks like she's doing a bit of a ritual, a bit of a meditation. There's flowers in her lap, roses, I believe. And so again, a great take a rose petal bath, a Venus bath for yourself. Um, get in touch with your inner Oshun, your inner lover. Okay, and with playfulness, just as inciting your inner child, right? Just making sure that you're taking the time to laugh, to play, to do things that are fun, that are light, okay? Because life has been so heavy for so long. Um, we have Purification. Yes, pure spirit. You are such a pure soul, Scorpio. It's like people don't really get that about, I mean, okay. I won't say they don't get that about you, but a lot of people don't. They don't realize how pure a spirit you are, how honest and truthful and honorable and um I want to say like upright, righteous. And I don't mean that to from a place of ego. I don't mean that to toot your horn. I don't. You Scorpios are just very authentic folk. We don't really know how to lie good. So we don't. Not often. And if we do, it's literally because we're typically lying to protect someone's feelings. You know, do I look fat in this dress, girl? You know, we're just not going to get on that wheel with you. And so we'll be like, girl, no, stop it. You know, just put your belt, this belt on, do a wide waisted belt or something like that, girl, you good. And we're really telling the truth if you follow our direction. But if you be like wearing a little scrappy, belt on that's going to make you look pregnant, well, what can we do with that? And we're not going to correct you because we've already told you the truth and what the deal is, and you want to keep going against it and rebelling. So, Scorpio, do you love me? You are loved. But do you love me? You are loved. I'm telling you, yeah, I love you, but I'm not romantically in love with you. But you are loved, right? But people just, anyway. So, you're such a pure soul and a pure spirit. And I say that because not only do you want to always tell the truth, you always want to preserve people's feelings. You don't like hurting people on purpose when it can be avoided. Okay? Sometimes to a fault, right? Uh, yeah, it's like this is a time you've been going through so much lately because you are being activated. You are being upgraded and activated. You are being promoted spiritually. And so sometimes, unfortunately, the way that shows up for us in real time and in real life here in 4D is that we go through hell and high water. But it's all for the greater good. Honest to God, it's all for your growth and evolution and all. There was a song, an old gospel song. It was like basically when God gets through with me, I shall shine forth, or I shall come forth like, or I shall shine forth like pure gold, something like that. The lyrics were very similar, if that's not the exact lyrics. So you've been going through the purification process. It's like in order for gold to be shaped into something beautiful, a beautiful piece of jewelry or just whatever it is, it has to go through the fire. In order for diamonds to become shiny and beautiful and shaped into their specific shapes and, whatever's, they have to go through, be forged in the fire. So they have to undergo pressure, and so that's who you are. You are luxury. You are diamonds and pearls and gold. I mean, you are pure divinity, pure beauty. And so you've had to go through a complete and total purification process. And unfortunately, that has just felt, very heart-wrenching at time, and it's felt very difficult and like you were dying probably at times and like you were broken, but it was all for your greater good. Okay, it was your poverty training, it was your spiritual upgrade training, it was your I'm about to come into success and be the true star that I am training. It was I'm coming into abundance. It was your abundance training. Baby. Okay. Stillness. So many of you are just coming into a state and a place where you can kind of be still. I think the reason why things have been so crazy and wonky and upside down and at an imbalance for you is because you've been pulled in so many directions, going here, going there, running there, showing up for everybody in every way at all times, being the superhero that you are naturally, and that really had you at an imbalance. And so now, Spirit, what it's telling you now is to just be still. Just be still. If you operate on the calendar, seasonal calendar of billionaires, if you operate on a seasonal calendar of nature, okay, winter is a time of rest, hibernation. Spring is a time of vision. It's the visionary. It's I'm coming awake, I'm coming back online, I'm getting the vision, I'm getting the clarity. Summer is the time of work, 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 get it done, work hard so that in the fall you can fall back and reap the benefits. You can reap the blessings. You can reap what you've sown all of summer. The ants get it. They scurry, the squirrels get it. They scurry, and they build and they gather through summer so that they can get through the winter months. You know what I'm saying? And then in spring, everyone's, Groundhog's Day is coming. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's getting it together to come back online and get ready and get into preparation for summer, because they know they're going to have to get back to work. Okay? So here we are, spring, soon to be summer. This is the time to just be still and continue to jot down your visions, to speak out your visions, to create your visions, to dream. Okay? As we prepare to start really putting those things, those puzzle pieces together, the pieces in play to or things into fruition in summer, so that we can work hard to manifest and then be able to sit back in fall and just reap the rewards. Okay? So this is a time of stillness for some of you, or many of you. I feel like a lot of you with uncertainty, right? A lot of you have been really just kind of like, you have been uncertain. It's like, I feel like you have been kind of doubting the situation, or doubting yourself, doubting whether or not your lover is coming back, doubting whether or not you're going to come into a union or reunion with your twin flame, doubting whether or not your dreams or goals are really your dreams and goals. Like, are they really going to pay you? Are they going to bless you? Are they going to provide for you? Doubting, being uncertain about a lot of things. And that happens naturally when we're drawn here and drawn there and we're all over the place scurrying, especially when we're doing that in a time that we're not supposed to be doing it. Working against the seasonal calendar for billionaires or of nature, right? This is change is underway. Change is underway. I think you're coming back online. I think you're getting back into your normal self. You've been at a bit of an imbalance. Many of us have been, we have both masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, and many of us have been operating way too far over in the polar, in the opposing energy. So, especially for a lot of my feminines, like, you've been operating in your masculine, and that's the energy of work, work, work. That's the energy of figuring things out, scurrying, right? Getting things done. And remember, we're still in spring. It's not time for that. This is just the visionary time. This is the blueprint, the planning time, right? We also have here happiness. You have no idea how much happiness you're coming into. For some of you, you just got to remember to get back to the happiness and joy that you typically, because, Scorpio people, everybody says, oh, they can be really dark, but we are really happy people, very optimistic people naturally. We're that way because we don't really like what it feels like to operate in our shadow, in our dark. We don't want to have to be pulled over to the dark side. Okay. So just getting back to that place, and I feel like what's coming in for you, Scorpio, and we're going to get into what's coming in for you, is going to make you so happy. You're going to be, it's almost like you're going to just be standing there like wondering, wow, is this really my life? In a good way, like so joyous and standing in gratitude, like I just can't even believe this just happened. And it's almost going to be like it happened overnight. This is not going to be in a long time coming. This is like it almost happened overnight. People think the success comes for certain people overnight, but only you know how much you've gone through, how many storms you've weathered to get to here. So for something to look like it came, or the opportunity overnight, it did not. There was work, blood, sweat, and tears put into that. There was prayer and meditation. There was talking and having conversations with God and universe. There was, a birthing process that took place. You know what I'm saying? To the outside looking in, oh, that just happened overnight. Yesterday, your bank account was woo woo, and your reputation was, whatever. And today, boom, it's like, everything is upside down and topsy turvy, and the last shall become first, and the first shall become last. But no, blood, sweat, and tears, and experience, heartbreak, weathering of storm, all that went into that, right? But only you know that. Then we have patience. You've been very patient. You've been very patient, and I know to hear the word patience is like, damn, haven't I been fucking patient enough? Like, I've been patient half of my life, if not all of my life. When is it coming in? When is my ship coming in, right? Patience, young Danielson. You've shown and displayed patience, and that's why universe is recognizing that and coming in with such a blessing of abundance, such a freedom. Because this is freedom. For many of you, you're manifesting this freedom from the matrix, becoming entrepreneurs, figuring out ways to have multiple streams of income for yourself, freedom from past stinking thinking, freedom from the things of the past, people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Just freedom. And there's something very freeing in that when you are awakened to the fact that you know that you know that you know you're on the right path. Just doing this work to better yourself, to better your situation and circumstances. Like, there's freedom in that. You're very flexible anyway. Scorpios are very flexible regardless. We are, we can be very fixed and very stubborn, people think, but we're very stubborn sometimes because most people can be stubborn because when they think they know a thing, that's it. I just know that I know that I know, and that's it. For Scorpios, we really do know. It's intuitively embedded in us, and so we really do know. And so what looks like stubbornness to another person is just us being very strong and standing on our square. You know what I'm saying? So that standing for something, so that we're not falling for anything. We're not falling for the okie doke. It's really hard to get Scorpio to fall for the okie doke. Okay? So with this flexibility here, I almost want to say stability, even though that's not the word here on this card. But with flexibility here, it's like, and are learning how to be flexible, how to go with the flow. Okay? When it's time, when spirit tells you to move, you know how to move. When spirit tells you to be still, with the stillness, you know how to be still. Like, that has been your lesson throughout the years, especially the last 1, 2, 3 years for some of you. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, Secret Spring, like, this is Secret Spring, I think, has double meanings. This is, we're in the energy of spring right now. But almost I see spring forward. I see things happening overnight, seemingly overnight. It ain't overnight. I just explained that. But just happening really quickly for you. It's not taking a long time. Like, boom, boom, boom. Opportunities that are life-changing. And also leading to your success, your ultimate abundance and success. Okay? What other messages do we need to know, Spirit? So we have here the energy is so the energy is gaining momentum. Okay. I just feel like your prayers, this is like Spirit is saying, or Universe is saying, your prayers and your wishes are being answered. Okay. It's gaining momentum. Don't worry. Like, we hear you. Everything is underway. Okay. Um, have faith in your dreams. See? Have faith in your dreams. It may seem as if you've been praying and meditating and asking and whatever, for whatever it is that you need, and like your prayers have not been answered, but just know that things have been put in place. I remember a scripture in the Bible. I cannot remember the exact um you know um chapter or verse, but I do remember it was like someone was asking God, like, what took you so long? And or asking the angels, what took you so long? And they were saying, hey, I was caught up in a fight, in a battle. You know what I'm saying? And really what I feel like, this wasn't the scripture, but it was kind of what was being said without being said. I was caught up in a battle for your success. I was caught up in a battle to free you. And it took a little bit longer than expected, because that when you're in a fight, a spiritual warfare, that shit can be, you know what I'm saying? It's not an overnight thing. It can show up in many different ways, and in any war that you've ever known to exist, even on this planet physically, it has taken years. Years. Okay, so to end the war, right? To get to the finish. And so, basically the angel was saying, hey, I was on my way. I was trying to get to you, but I was just caught up. I was caught up in a battle, in a warfare, in a fight, you know. And it's almost like indicative of how we are in our own personal battles and warfares, when we're trying to better ourselves, um, when we're trying to evolve or go through certain transformations for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? To raise our vibration, to awaken, to remember who we are. It's like you're in a fight even against your own self, right? Because you too have masculine and feminine. You have higher and lower vibrational self, right? So you're in a fight against yourself, like the devil on that shoulder, the angel on this shoulder, fighting against each other. And who's going to win? There's an old, I feel like it's like a Native American, um, quote or story, whatever. And it's like, we each have two wolves inside of us, right? Good and bad, so to speak. Okay, I don't like really using those words, but let's just say good and bad. We have good and evil. Which wolf is going to win? The one that you feed, right? So I feel like that's what's been going on, Don't let pride get in your way. It's time to release negativity, and a personal issue reaches resolution. So this is all about the resolve. The answer's already there. The resolve is already there. The blessings are already there, underway. You have to let go of that self-negative talk, of the doubts, of the fears. And I feel like it's not even your own. It's just that when you're in a space and a place where you're around people, regular ass people, who are all in this poverty mentality, you're always thinking the worst case scenario, it weighs on you. And then sometimes it implants itself in your spirit, and it ain't even your shit. Next thing you know, you up here tripping off your finances, and you figuring, you finding that your shit is dwindling, and it's too much a month at the end of the money. Like, that's not even your shit, because you're always the great manifester, the magician. You manifest everything you need for the step that you're on. So it's about really just kind of remembering that and getting back to that, getting out of that negative talk or whatever, okay? That negative energy. So we have courage, Be courageous. You already are, Scorpio. I don't have to really tell you about that. This was all about your self-development. We already hit on that. There has been many challenges. This was all to upgrade you, right? To uplift you, to transform you. And there are infinite possibilities right now, So stay enthusiastic about, whatever is going on in life. Like, don't let it get you down. I know it doesn't look exactly how you envisioned it right now, but when we ask the universe for something, we forget that we don't we're going to get what we ask for. Your words are powerful, but you may not always know that the path is going to be a bit tumultuous. And if you knew that, would you still ask for the blessing? Right? um Answer the call. So what is your soul calling you to do? Calling your tribe, you don't have to go it alone. And I think that's a Scorpio thing for sure. Like, we have a hard time asking for help, right? We don't want to appear vulnerable and weak sometimes in front of people, or like we need anything, because we're so naturally used to making things happen on our own, manifesting what we need on our own. So, well, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to that you need to let go of? Are you clinging on to people, places, or things that should have been long gone, or that need to be let go of? You know, are you setting the proper boundaries? Okay. So, Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Yeah, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So, what I think about this is that, you have to, you've been in a little bit of your, no. You've been operating in your Oya a lot, Scorpio. Maybe some of you have recognized and realized that you've been feeling very angry, lately. And this has been for a long time now. I'm going to say for 12 to 18 months or even longer. There's a lot of anger and maybe even resentment coming to the surface. Some of it not even being your own, but let's just recognize that you've been feeling like this, you know, sense of of I've already said imbalance, but like, because you're not used to being in this space. Scorpios are usually very chill. We're not very angry people. It takes a lot to get us angry. So, but Mars has been doing its thing somewhere up in the galaxy, let me tell you, in the atmosphere. And, so we have to recognize the planetary alignments as well. Pluto is doing its thing. So, a lot of these things are coming up because this is a lot of shadow energy that we've been having to deal with or heal, right? Work with. So, what happens is you tend to get pulled in different directions. And because you're such a pleaser, because you're such a giver naturally, I think over your lifespan, you've had a really hard time setting boundaries. So anything that is causing change can show up as the tower or turmoil, which is why it may have caused a lot of anger or just disruption or discomfort in your life. But it's because you've been working with setting boundaries, okay, with people, even especially the ones that you love and care about the most. And sometimes their reaction to that is not so favorable. And so that causes drama in your life and turmoil and some other stuff, okay? But, this is asking you to get a little bit more into your Yemeya with the mother energy, okay? Because Oshun is where you typically reside, Scorpios. You're naturally sexy, very feminine, very much in the lover. But you've been operating in Oya, which is the storm goddess. You know what I mean? When Oya is, baby, you don't want to really deal with Oya. You know what I'm saying? She's like the shadow side of us, the side that comes out when you back us up into a corner, as most Scorpions will do, and you feel that sting because she ain't playing. She's not scared of a fucking storm. She ain't scared of the turmoil and the turmoil. She's going to come out here and get it popping, you know. However, this is asking you to get a little bit more into your Yemeya, into your mother, okay? get more into your mother, like mother yourself. And to me, that just shows up as self-care. Nurture yourself. Don't try to go it alone. Start designating jobs and chores and things to people. Ask for the help that you need, like a mother. Hey, Billy, get over here. You need to take these garbages out. So and so, you need to go over here and wash these dishes. And so and so, you go out there and rake them leaves. Okay? Because it's too much for one person. You know what I'm saying? You need help. And if you got kids or if you got people around you or men around you, what the hell are you trying to do all of the jobs for? You're only one person. Okay? So just getting back to yourself and mothering yourself. Let's see what's going on with you in your relational situation. So we have trust here. Trust that love is underway for you, and trust and have faith that love is calling out to you, that you are attracting who you need in a connection. This person, next person in your life is going to be the one, no doubt. This is coming in very fast, very soon. So get your ass out of the house. That's all Spirit is telling me. Get out of the house, okay? Get into your playful self with the playfulness card that came up earlier. Get out of the house. Do things that make you laugh and feel good and have fun. I just said I went to a concert and I'm going to go to more. I'm going to go to fucking Six Flags or some shit. I'm going to get out, so that I can do things that make me feel good. Now, I don't really fuck with, roller coasters no more because that shit be making your head hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm honey cougar now, okay? So I gotta be mindful. But but it's fun going and see the dolphins and the animals do their shows and the butterfly habitat. Like that stuff excites me. It makes me feel close to nature. It makes me feel good. So just know that, something is coming in, someone is coming in for you, and they're going to make you extremely happy. They're going to love what you love, want to please you. Just be mindful because unrequited love comes up. Be mindful that you don't, that you don't get on a track of remembering the past or holding on to past people and your exes or even your twin flame. If this is not the twin flame, for some of you it may be someone from your past. But if it's not, be open to love and how it shows up for you, because universe wants to bring someone in here who is going to rock your world, who's going to put you on a pedestal literally and just treat you like the queen that you are or the king that you are. This is going to be a deep attraction, major attraction here. Someone is going to be very attractive. You are very attractive, feminine. Scorpio people usually are. You're very attractive. Very attractive physically. You're very attractive inside. Like you just have this natural magnetism, right? And this is going to lead to a serious relationship, engagement. Okay, this is going to lead to engagement for sure. You're going to have to make some effort. And by that, I feel like Spirit is saying you're going to have to let go of the past experiences, whatever has happened in the past. If it's your current situation, like someone coming back from the past, you're going to have to let go of what happened in the past and how they treated you in the past and who they were in the past and accept who they are now. Because that is going to leave you stagnant if you choose not to do that. But you're also going to have to let go of that, of who you think and how you think love is supposed to show up for you and what it looks like for you. For some of you, letting go of that twin flame image, right, and what that looks like and feels like to you, so that this divine masculine here, this high-level soulmate can come in and just really please you and heal you and love on you. Yeah, and see, this is the healing card. While this says healing family issues, it just means that this masculine in this reading is going to come in here and he's going to heal your soul. I mean, he is going to be the exact opposite of everything you've ever experienced in your past, especially as it pertains to your mommy issues, your daddy issues, your sibling issues and rivalries. And he is going to come in here and heal your complete ever-loving soul. Okay? Know that. Okay? Well, that's your reading. I hope it resonates. please like, subscribe, share. I mean, leave a comment. Let me know if anything resonated. That always helps. Um, Again, if you need to contact me for a personal reading or you're interested in amusing packages, um, or my children, they have their own business with LED lighted t-shirts and caps. And, if you're like me, I like shiny things, honey. That's the Oshun in me, all right? Or maybe my inner mermaid. But, check us out at musingmagic.net. Check me out on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. Um, it will all be in the description box, so don't worry about trying to remember. I will see you guys all soon. Remember that love is the highest vibration of all. It heals all wounds, heals all things. Love brings change. And until next time, I love you guys. Thanks for stopping by again. Wholeness.